Good morning, folks. I'm Long Beach Mayor Rex Richardson. Thanks for joining us once again for our weekly live stream where we provide updates on our local homelessness emergency. I'm joined today by Tyler Atonin, the coordinator of our city's multi-service center. He's going to tell us more about the work that he does at the multi-service center, connecting people who experience homelessness to important services. But before we get into today's topic, I want to invite you to watch our city council meeting tonight for an in-depth presentation about the first 6 months of our homeless emergency response efforts. In this update, we'll have a focus on all of the incredible work that the city and all of our partners have made so far on making a real meaningful difference in the lives of so many people experiencing homelessness here in Long Beach. The meeting starts at 5 p.m. and there are several ways to watch. You can watch in person at City Hall, or you can go to longbeach.gov/LBTV or on YouTube at Long Beach Television. So now on to our special guest. So thanks so much for joining us, Tyler. And how long you been with the homeless services team?
Thank you so much for having me today, Mayor Richardson. I've been with the Homeless Services Bureau now for 2 years.
2 years.
But I have been in the homeless services field for about 7 now.
Good. So tell me what you do.
So my job as the multi-service center coordinator, really in short, is to oversee the day-to-day operations and programs at the service center. The process of getting people connected to services can be daunting. Right. So really, it's important that I work closely with my team and our partners to just create sort of a resourceful, comfortable experience for those that are visiting our center.
Good. So the MSC plays such an important role as sort of our central nervous system of all of our response efforts. And we've made a lot of investments to expand. In recent years, we've gone from no city shelters to and only having a winter shelter to now we have the ABC up in North Long Beach, 702 East Anaheim, multiple hotels, and more coming online with the Youth Navigation Center opening and Luxury Inn we have working. So can you talk a little bit about the MSC though? What are the resources and services that you offer at the MSC?
Yeah, great question. At the Multi-Service Center, we really strive to be sort of a one-stop shop. We have resources in case management services, which helps with housing assistance. We have mail service. We offer showers and clothing donations. We have homeless prevention resources. People can even get their vital documents ordered at the service center, so we can help with birth certificates and IDs. We also have a great supportive team with mental health services and support. And we even have an on-site medical clinic that's operated by the TCC Family Health Medical Center. We work closely with partner agencies as well to offer employment workshops. We have social services assistance programs. We have harm reduction services. And we also have on-site providers that help with just basic needs such as obtaining a cell phone.
It's important.
Yeah, every month we also have a really neat and helpful event called Homeless Court, which assists people who are experiencing homelessness with their outstanding criminal legal needs.
That's great. We had Doug Halbert here talking about our city prosecutor talking with us about the Homeless Court program, which has been really helpful. And it's great that we have, like you called it, a one-stop shop. I visited some of these in other cities. Most recently, I went to Philadelphia to take a look at their hub of hope and their transit line, which is essentially an MSC. So we're ahead of the game in many ways in the fact that we have this. Most cities in LA County do not have their own sort of local hub to connect folks to resources. So tell me, since we declared the local emergency, how has your work changed?
Yeah, the emergency proclamation has sort of shifted our work in a positive way. The emergency proclamation has allowed us to really expand our capacity and bring on new support. It's been great because we've had staff members from other bureaus join our team sort of with an all hands on deck approach. With that, we've seen an increase in community engagement and care, including people reaching out, asking ways to donate and support people who are unhoused. It's clear that the word is getting out in the community, but also it's a great outcome that the word is getting out with the folks that we're serving. So we are seeing that more people that are experiencing homelessness are hearing about our service center and accessing our service center. So recently we've started to see an increase of people visiting our service center, sort of talking about how they've been hearing about the service center. And so we're seeing on average about 180 people a day.
Wow, that's incredible.
Which is great news, because that means that people who hadn't come in for services previously are now sort of seeking that help and working towards permanent housing. So our staff and our partner agencies have been wonderful. We connect people to services, but really importantly, we also provide an ear and sort of a support system where we can. So building relationships is really pivotal in what we do, and the ultimate goal of housing people.
I think that's great. Well said. And I think and it's important to see how those changes are, how you've changed to meet the moment. And as we move forward and, ultimately transition to the next step of the emergency, which is really focusing on building up more housing and prevention and mental health and all the things that we have identified are missing or lacking in order to really comprehensively address it. It's important to know that the MSC has built up the experience and the capacity, so we're not alone, right? So can you give us an example of someone that has been helped by the Multi-Service Center?
Yeah, that's a great question. That is hard to choose just one. We are a very busy service center, so we're helping people each and every day in sort of different steps within their journey. In fact, over the past 2 years, we've worked closely and partnered with the Housing Authority to house successfully over 500 people that are experiencing homelessness.
With emergency vouchers.
Yep, with the emergency housing vouchers.
Permanent housing.
Permanent housing.
Absolutely.
So 100%. It was fantastic. So this remarkable achievement required substantial effort on behalf of the client, really, first and foremost, but also our staff, our outreach workers, our case management team. And although we love to really sort of celebrate those wins in housing, it's also nice to look at some of the smaller wins that we see each and every day. And so one story that comes to mind, and we'll call him John. John visited our service center. Our service center, we strive to just be a comfortable area for people to visit. So we have access to charging your cell phone. So we had one person who would come in every single day, but really wasn't engaging too deeply into services, would come in, charge his phone, but just use it as an area to rest throughout the day. My team is very aware and noticed this and really made it a mission to sit with him in the lobby and introduce themselves and slowly work towards building that rapport and relationship. So through consistent and gradual interactions, it encouraged him to sort of inquire more about what resources were available to him. So step by step, my team was able to work alongside him. And now he is in our transitional housing through our project Home Key, working towards permanent housing. So really a neat story that sort of showcases the importance of building that relationship and just having a center that's comfortable for people to come, depending on whatever they may be working on.
So that's important. I thank you for updating us on sort of the process, because it took you a lot of time to build the trust with John to get to that point. And I know that can be hard work. So how are you and your team doing?
We're doing great. It is difficult work, but we have a motive and a passion to do it, so it helps guide us throughout the day. We have a lot of support from the city of Long Beach. We have a lot of support from our fellow co-workers and colleagues. The emergency proclamation has brought it to light to get even more assistance. So it's been difficult work, but we do it with intention, purpose, and a heart to do it. So
I think the role of local government has changed, and people's expectations have to change. Years ago, we didn't have to service 180 people. What was your number? Is 160, 180?
Yeah, on average it's 180, but we've seen as high as 260.
260 a day. We didn't have numbers like that before. And so the role has changed, and what I hear from folks are that it's good that the city has put this focus on this, because we needed to build more capacity. And I think it's important for you to know that we support you, the work that you're doing. We see that it's hard work, but we thank you for that work. It is indeed public service, and it's people like you that inspire others to take a life of public service, because it's hard to hire, it's hard to bring people in, because this is mission work, right? But we thank you and all of the folks at your team for the incredible work that you do. And if you want more stories about individuals who have faced and overcome homelessness, I encourage you to visit our blog at InsideLB at longbeach.gov/InsideLB. And we just published a story about a Marine veteran who, with our help, recently secured permanent housing. And so thank you so much again, Tyler, for being here, and thank all of you for joining us for this week's live stream. We'll now proceed with interpretation in Spanish and Khmer.
Buenos días a todos. Gracias por unirse a nosotros para nuestra transmisión en vivo semanal, a donde proporcionamos actualizaciones sobre la situación de emergencia de las personas sin vivienda. El alcalde de Long Beach, Rex Richardson, estuvo acompañado hoy por Tyler Atonen, el coordinador del Centro de Multiservicios de la Ciudad, o MSC, por sus siglas en inglés. Tyler ha venido hoy para hablarnos sobre el trabajo que realiza en el Centro de Multiservicios para poner en contacto a las personas sin hogar con servicios muy importantes. Antes de entrar en el tema de hoy, el alcalde Richardson le gustaría invitar a todos a que vengan esta noche al Consejo de la Ciudad para una presentación sobre los primeros 6 meses de los esfuerzos de respuesta a la situación de emergencia de las personas sin hogar. La reunión comienza hoy a las 5 de la tarde y hay varias formas de asistir. Se puede participar en persona en el ayuntamiento, en línea en el sitio web de la ciudad, longbeach.gov/LBTB, o en el canal YouTube de la ciudad, @longbeach-televisión. Pasemos al tema de hoy. Tyler Atonen lleva 2 años en la Oficina de Servicios para las Personas sin Hogar, pero ha trabajado en el campo de servicios para las personas sin vivienda durante 7 años. En su trabajo como coordinador del Centro de Multiservicios, supervisa las operaciones y programas del día a día. En su papel, es importante trabajar en estrecha colaboración con el personal dedicado a crear un ambiente acogedor y lleno de recursos para las personas sin hogar. Nos esforzamos para garantizar que las personas salgan en mejor situación de la que entraron cuando llegaron al Centro de Multiservicios. El Centro de Multiservicios ofrece una amplia gama de servicios y recursos, entre ellos gestión de casos, ayudas para la vivienda, servicios de correos, duchas y recursos para la prevención de la situación de falta de vivienda. Las personas incluso pueden obtener sus documentos importantes y de identidad. El Centro de Servicios de Multiservicios también ofrece servicios de la salud mental y una clínica médica, la TCC Family Health. Además, colabora muy de cerca con socios y agencias para ofrecer talleres de empleo, asistencia social, servicios de reducción de daños y proveedores in situ que ayudan a las personas con necesidades básicas como teléfonos móviles, por ejemplo. Todos los meses organizan un tribunal para las personas sin hogar para ayudarlas a resolver sus problemas jurídicos, penales y pendientes. La proclamación de emergencia le permitió al Centro de Multiservicios ampliar su capacidad e incorporar un nuevo apoyo y personal de otras oficinas con un enfoque de participación de todos unidos trabajando. La comunidad, hemos visto un aumento del compromiso y la atención de la comunidad, incluido un mayor número de donaciones para ayudar a las personas sin hogar. El Centro de Multiservicios ha recibido más visitantes que nunca, con un promedio de 180 personas por día. Establecer relaciones es fundamental para el trabajo y el objetivo final de conseguir viviendas para las personas sin hogar. En los últimos años, el Centro de Multiservicios ha colaborado estrechamente con la Autoridad de Vivienda para alojar a más de 500 personas. Este logro ha exigido esfuerzos considerables por parte de los clientes, el personal de divulgación, los gestores de casos y el personal de la Autoridad de Vivienda. Tyler contó la historia de John, un visitante que llevaba años sin hogar. Visitaba el centro de multiservicios en busca de un espacio seguro para descansar y recargar su teléfono. El personal se dio cuenta de su reticencia al comprometerse con el personal y los servicios y hizo un esfuerzo adicional para generar su confianza. Empezaron a sentársele al lado, a presentarse y poco a poco, mediante interacciones constantes, lo animaron a informarse sobre los recursos disponibles. El equipo trabajó con John y lo puso en contacto con una vivienda de transición a través del proyecto La llave de la casa. Al establecer una base de atención y confianza, el Centro de Multiservicios ayuda a las personas en su camino hacia una vivienda permanente. Si desea conocer más historias sobre personas que han enfrentado la falta de vivienda y la han superado con el apoyo del ayuntamiento, visite Inside LB en longbeach.gov/Inside LB. Se acaba de publicar una nueva historia sobre un veterano de la Marina que recientemente consiguió su vivienda permanente. Gracias por acompañarnos.
Vàសូមជម្រាបសួរបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយយើងខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណបងប្អូនដែលបានតាមដានស្ដាប់នឹងទស្សនាការផ្សាយបន្តផ្ទាល់ប្រចាំសប្តាហ៍របស់យើងដែលបងប្អូននឹងបានជ្រាបព័ត៌មានថ្មីនិងចុងក្រោយតាក់ទងនឹងដំណោះស្រាយរឿងវិបត្តិអនាថនៅទីក្រុង Long Beach របស់យើងថ្ងៃនេះយើងមានអភិបាលក្រុង Long Beach លោក Rex Richardson ដែលមានភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសមួយរូបដែលមកចូលរួមជាមួយលោកគឺលោក Tyler ដែលជាមន្ត្រីសម្របសម្រួលមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវារបស់ទីក្រុង Long Beach របស់យើងឬហៅកាត់ជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសមជ្ឈមណ្ឌល MSC លោក Tyler ចូលរួមនៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីយើងថ្ងៃនេះដើម្បីមកជម្រាបជូនបងប្អូនបន្ថែមអំពីកិច្ចការដែលគាត់ធ្វើនៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវានេះគឺជាការផ្សារភ្ជាប់សេវាសំខាន់ជាមួយបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដែលកំពុងរស់នៅក្នុងស្ថានភាពអនាថាមុននឹងជជែកលើប្រធានបទថ្ងៃនេះលោកអភិបាលក្រុងសូមអញ្ជើញបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ទៅចូលរួមតាមដានស្ដាប់និងទស្សនាកិច្ចប្រជុំរបស់ក្រុមប្រឹក្សាក្រុងយើងនៅយប់នេះគឺដើម្បីបានជ្រាបអំពីលទ្ធផល6ខែដំបូងដែលជាការខិតខំប្រឹងប្រែងរបស់សាលាក្រុងក្នុងការជួយដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាបន្ទាន់សម្រាប់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋអនាថារបស់យើងកិច្ចប្រជុំនេះចាប់ផ្ដើមនៅម៉ោង 5 ល្ងាចបងប្អូនអាចចូលរួមតាមដានស្ដាប់និងទស្សនាកិច្ចប្រជុំនេះបានតាមមធ្យោបាយច្រើនយ៉ាងដូចខាងក្រោមនេះគឺទី1គឺអាចបងប្អូនអញ្ជើញមកផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងដល់សាលាក្រុងនៅក្នុងកិច្ចប្រជុំនោះឬក៏មើលតាមទូរទស្សន៍ក្រុង Long Beach តាមរយៈគេហទំព័រនេះគឺ longbeach.gov/LBTV ឬក៏មើលតាមទូរទស្សន៍ YouTube របស់ទូរទស្សន៍ប៉ុស្តិ៍ Long Beach របស់យើងនឹងគឺ @longbeach television ឥឡូវយើងចូលមកដល់ប្រធានបទសំខាន់សម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះបាទលោក Tyler គឺបានចូលបម្រើការនៅការិយាល័យសេវាជនអនាថានេះអស់រយៈពេល2ឆ្នាំមកហើយក៏ប៉ុន្តែគាត់បានបម្រើការនៅក្នុងវិស័យឯកជនវិស័យជនអនាថានេះអស់រយៈពេល7ឆ្នាំឯណោះសរុបទៅនៅក្នុងមុខនីតិជាមន្ត្រីសម្របសម្រួលនៃមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវាគាត់មើលការខុសត្រូវទៅលើប្រតិបត្តិការនិងកម្មវិធីប្រចាំថ្ងៃនៅក្នុងមុខនីតិរបស់គាត់នេះគឺជាការសំខាន់ដែលគាត់បំពេញការងារនៅជាប់ជាមួយនឹងបុគ្គលិកដែលបដិញ្ញាចិត្តខ្ពស់ឯទៀតដើម្បីបង្កើតឲ្យមានបរិយាកាសមួយប្រកបដោយភាពស្វាគមន៍សម្បូរធនធានសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលកំពុងរស់នៅក្នុងស្ថានភាពអនាថាបាទសាលាក្រុងខិតខំធ្វើយ៉ាងណាធានាឲ្យខាងតែបានគឺថាដល់បងប្អូនដែលចូលមករកសេវានៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវារបស់យើងគឺដឹងតែទទួលបាននៅជំនួយហើយនឹងភាពស្វាគមន៍យ៉ាងកក់ក្ដៅហើយពេលដែលដើរចេញទៅវិញមានទឹកមុខញញឹមដោយពេញចិត្តបាទមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវាមានផ្ដល់សេវានឹងធនធានចម្រុះហើយសម្បូរបែបសេវានឹងធនធានទាំងនេះរួមមានជំនួយផ្នែកច្បាប់សម្រាប់គ្រប់គ្រងសំណុំរឿងជំនួយផ្នែករកលំនៅឋានសេវាប្រៃសណីការផ្ដល់កន្លែងងូតទឹកជំរះកាយនិងធនធានដើម្បីបង្ការកុំឲ្យពលរដ្ឋធ្លាក់នៅក្នុងស្ថានភាពអនាថា បាទមិនតែប៉ុណ្ណោះនៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលនេះមានបងប្អូនអាចមករកលិខិតបញ្ជាក់ជាអត្តសញ្ញាណនិងកំណត់ហេតុផ្សេងសំខាន់បានផងដែរជាមួយគ្នានេះគឺមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវានេះក៏មានសេវាសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តនិងមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលសុខភាពប្រចាំគ្រួសារយើងហៅកាត់ថា TCC ដែលចុះទៅដល់ទីស្នាក់ការដែលកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅរបស់បងប្អូនអនាថាផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងបាទដើម្បីធានាផ្ដល់សេវាទាំងនេះជូនបងប្អូនជនអនាថាយើងបានសហការគ្នាយ៉ាងជិតស្និទ្ធជាមួយនឹងដៃគូនឹងទីភ្នាក់ងារផ្សេងបាទដើម្បីបើកវគ្គសិក្ខាសាលាអំពីឱកាសរកការងារធ្វើជំនួយសេវាសង្គមសេវាកាត់បន្ថយគ្រោះថ្នាក់នឹងការដែលមានអ្នកដែលមកចុះមកដល់សេវាផ្ទាល់ដល់កន្លែងផ្ដល់សេវាផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងដែលជួយបងប្អូនយើងនឹងដែលត្រូវការជំនួយចាំបាច់ជាមូលដ្ឋានដូចជាតម្រូវការប្រើប្រាស់ទូរស័ព្ទអីចឹងបាទជារៀងរាល់ខែយើងបានបើកដំណើរការតុលាការសម្រាប់ករណីជនអនាថាដើម្បីជួយបងប្អូនយើងដែលកំពុងរស់នៅក្នុងស្ថានភាពអនាថានិងដែលកំពុងតែត្រូវការជំនួយផ្នែកច្បាប់ជាចាំបាច់ដើម្បីដោះស្រាយបណ្ដឹងព្រហ្មទណ្ឌដែលកំពុងស្ថិតនៅក្នុងដៃតុលាការបាទទន្ទឹមនឹងនេះគឺមានសេចក្តីប្រកាសអាសន្នរបស់ក្រុមប្រឹក្សាក្រុងឡុងប៊ិចយើងកាលពីមុននោះគឺបានផ្ដល់លទ្ធភាពឲ្យមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលភូមិសេវាយើងក្នុងការពង្រីកសមត្ថភាពរបស់ខ្លួនបន្ថែមទៀតបន្ថែមកម្លាំងបុគ្គលិកជំនួយនិងបុគ្គលិកដទៃទៀតនៃការិយាល័យផ្សេងដែលយើងយកមកពីការិយាល័យផ្សេងដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងណារួមដៃគ្នាគ្រប់ស្ថាប័នដោះស្រាយបញ្ហារួមបាទនៅក្នុងពេលជាមួយគ្នានេះយើងមានការកើនឡើងនៃការចូលរួមនិងយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ពីបងប្អូនសហគមន៍យើងដែរចំពោះស្ថានភាពអនាថាដោយបងប្អូនយើងបានបរិច្ចាគជាបន្តបន្ទាប់និងកាន់តែច្រើនកើនសន្ទុះនៅក្នុងការបរិច្ចាគដើម្បីជួយឧបត្ថម្ភគាំទ្រដល់បងប្អូនដែលគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងស្នាក់នៅបាទរហូតមកដល់ពេលនេះយើងសង្កេតឃើញថាមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលភូមិសេវាមានបងប្អូនយើងមករកសេវាច្រើនជាងពេលណាទាំងអស់គឺដោយមធ្យមនៅក្នុងមួយថ្ងៃក៏មានអ្នកមករកសេវាយើងមិនក្រោម180នាក់នោះទេនៅក្នុងបរិបទនេះការកសាងទំនុកចិត្តគឺពិតជាមានសារៈសំខាន់បំផុតសំខាន់គឺដើម្បីបំពេញកិច្ចការនិងឈានទៅសម្រេចគោលដៅនៅក្នុងការរកលំនៅឋានជូនបងប្អូនអនាថារបស់យើងកាលពី2ឆ្នាំកន្លងទៅនេះមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលភុសេវាបានចាប់ដៃគូយ៉ាងគៀកកិតជាមួយនឹងអាជ្ញាធរលំនៅឋានដើម្បីផ្ដល់ផ្ទះជូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋអនាថាបានជាង500នាក់បាទដើម្បីសម្រេចលទ្ធផលបែបនេះគឺទាមទារឲ្យមានកិច្ចខិតខំប្រឹងប្រែងយ៉ាងសម្បើមពីអតិថិជនបុគ្គលិកផ្នែកចុះផ្សព្វផ្សាយនិងដោះស្រាយដល់មូលដ្ឋានមន្ត្រីគ្រប់គ្រងសំណុំរឿងនិងបុគ្គលឬក៏បុគ្គលិកដែលជាមន្ត្រីនៃអាជ្ញាធរលំនៅឋាននោះឯងបាទលោក Taylor សូមចែករំលែករឿងមួយពីអ្នករកសួរសេវាដែលថាមករកសេវារបស់យើងគឺឈ្មោះលោក John ដែលនៅមុននេះគាត់រស់នៅក្នុងស្ថានភាពជនអនាថានេះអស់រយៈពេលជាច្រើនឆ្នាំមកហើយលោក John តែងតែមករកសេវានៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពិសាពហុសេវារបស់យើងជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃដោយគាត់មករកកន្លែងសុវត្ថិភាពដើម្បីសម្រាកផងនិងសាកថ្មទូរស័ព្ទផងដំបូងបុគ្គលិកបម្រើការនៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលនេះបានសង្កេតឃើញថាគាត់ដូចជាមានរៀងស្ទាក់ស្ទើរបន្តិចដូចថាមិនហ៊ានសួរនាំបុគ្គលិកនៅទីនោះដើម្បីសួររកសេវានោះទេក៏ប៉ុន្តែបុគ្គលិកបានបោះដៃទៅរកគាត់ដោយធ្វើយ៉ាងណាកសាងទំនុកចិត្តជាមួយគាត់ហើយក្រោយៗមកបុគ្គលិកទាំងអស់ហើយនឹងលោកចនក៏ចាប់ផ្ដើមមានភាពស្និទ្ធស្នាលគ្នាដោយពួកគាត់អង្គុយក្បែរគ្នាណែនាំខ្លួនឲ្យស្គាល់គ្នានិងបន្តិចម្ដងតាមរយៈការប្រស្រ័យតាក់ទងនិងការស្វាគមន៍ជាប្រចាំនេះធ្វើឲ្យលោកចនមានទំនុកចិត្តហើយក៏ហ៊ានសួរនាំអំពីសេវាដែលបានផ្ដល់ជូននៅមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលពហុសេវាបាទក្រុមការងារក៏បានសហការជាមួយគាត់ណែនាំគាត់ឲ្យទទួលបានផ្នែកលំនៅឋានអន្តរកាលដើម្បីបានផ្ទះនៅនឹងគេតាមរយៈគម្រោងផ្ដល់ផ្ទះមួយហៅកាត់ថា Project Home Key តាមរយៈនៃការបង្កើតឲ្យមានបរិយាកាសកក់ក្ដៅជំនឿទុកចិត្តនឹងគ្នានេះមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលភុសេវាក៏បានត្រួសត្រាយផ្លូវជូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋយើងឆ្ពោះទៅរកទិសដៅនៃការមានផ្ទះសម្បែងជ្រកកោនជាអចិន្ត្រៃយ៍បាទហើយបងប្អូនចង់ជ្រាបសាច់រឿងអំពីបងប្អូនជនអនាថាដែលបានប្រឈមនឹងវិបត្តិអនាថានិងឆ្លងកាត់វិបត្តិនេះដោយមានការជ្រុំជ្រែងពីសាលាក្រុងនោះសូមបងប្អូនចូលទៅមើលគេហទំព័ររបស់សាលាក្រុងឡុងប៊ិចក្រោមប្រធានបទ Inside LB តាមរយៈគេហទំព័រនេះគឺ longbeach.gov/Inside LB នៅលើគេហទំព័រនេះដដែលគឺយើងនឹងឃើញមានការផ្សាយសាច់រឿងថ្មីមួយទៀតអំពីអតីតយុទ្ធជនដែលជាទាហានជើងទឹកដែលទើបនឹងទទួលបានផ្ទះមួយខ្នងជាអចិន្ត្រៃយ៍នៅនឹងគេដែរបាទសូមអរគុណបងប្អូនដែលបានត្រង់ស្ដាប់ការផ្សាយបន្តផ្ទាល់ប្រចាំសប្តាហ៍របស់យើងខ្ញុំបាទសូមអរគុណនិងសូមជម្រាបលា